Hi, everyone. Good evening. How are you guys doing tonight? My name is Jennifer Jobson, and I am your week 3 trainer. Really looking forward to sharing some information with you guys tonight. I'm going to go ahead and give it just a second for you guys to invite some people. Definitely head over to the comments section and start typing away, tagging your team. Feel free to invite and share, and I'm going to do that as well for just a second because it's always more fun with friends. I hope that you guys are having a great day. I'm having a really good day. I was able to get to the gym today and get some yoga in, all kinds of good stuff. So hi, Bonnie. How are you? I hope you're doing good. I haven't forgotten about you for the recipe, by the way, for the liver pate. I'm thinking about doing the liver pate tomorrow. So you guys can stay tuned for that. So all right, we're going to give it a few minutes here just for people to hop on. I'm just going to be pulling up my notes here. Everything is in my head, but it's always so much better when you have the notes in front of you because it's such good content that I don't want to miss anything for you guys tonight. So if you're watching this by replay, hit replay. And while we're waiting for people to hop on, say hello to me and let me know where you're from. I am from Charlotte, North Carolina. I said that once already. Let me get this shrunk down. There we go. Awesome. Hi, guys. Hi, Veronica. Veronica, by accident, I called you. Sorry about that. Did not mean to do that at all. All right, here we go. Getting everything just kind of wonky set up. All right, I see some people popping on. I like it. All right, guys. That's awesome. So we're going to be talking about something that is really near and dear to my heart. A lot of people know me kind of like as social media, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about tonight. And I'll probably be looking at my screen again because I want to make sure that I get all my notes. So hi, Amy. Hi, Bob. Hi, Lori. How are you guys doing? Hey, Amy. Hey, Christy Marie. Look at all my posse's here. All my people are here. All right. I like it. Let's go ahead and get started because it's at the top of the hour. We need to get things rolling here. So I really wanted to share with you guys tonight a little bit about something that's very near and dear to my heart. You know, we can do all the social media training. We can get out there and do our Facebook Lives and invite people to take a look at the getonthegel.com video link. But one of the things that's super important is the power of your subconscious mind. And we know that mindset is everything. I teach this to my team. You know, you can have all the goods, but if your mindset is not right, it shows up. It really shows up not only in your life, but it shows up in your business. Sorry, my screen, I'm trying to get it straight here. It shows up in your business, and really it shows up in pretty much every area of your life. So it's really important to understand the power that we have. You know, we hear a lot about mindset, and it was really great because Danielle on our team Zoom last night, she talked about mindset training. And, you know, as a man thinketh, so is he. And if you'll see at the very beginning of my title, I actually quoted that Bible verse. It says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, Proverbs 23:7. So sometimes, you know, like we could read that, but we don't know exactly how it relates to us or how that can relate to our business. But it's extremely powerful. And we're just going to dive into that just a little bit tonight. You know, your subconscious mind and your mindset, they really go hand in hand. They're kind of like, they feed off of each other, and they're kind of like friends that are stored up inside you. And your subconscious mind is really, really powerful. In fact, your whole perspective can change just by how you think. It's the whole kind of like, you know, is the glass half empty or is the glass half full? Not only do you see things begin to change in your life, but you are also able to see how you affect other people, including how you attract people. You know, have you ever thought to yourself, why am I not attracting like big leaders? Or, and I'm not even talking about big leaders, I'm just talking about people that take initiative, you know, or why don't I attract people that just jump into the business and get going and start building? Well, sometimes it's good to do a little self-reflection. It's sometimes really good to think about, you know, what's going on in your head. I always say there are two voices that really matter. really matter in your head. It's God's and your own. Now, with God, the cool thing is that God's voice is stable, it's secure, he believes in you, he wants you to do great things. But it's that other voice in our head sometimes that could be what is stumping us, or what's holding us up from progressing in our business or possibly in our lives. But, you know, our mindset and our own personal voice a lot of times can distract us. It can lead us down one road when really we want to go this way. Have you ever thought about that? Have you ever thought that you want to maybe progress in your business or rank advance, and you're like, why, I want to go this way, but I seem to be going this way? And if you have, just shoot some hearts and some loves on that one, and even put in the comments, how many times have you really thought about wanting to move in one direction and you ended up moving possibly in the other direction? Well, I want to share a couple of stories with you that's going to kind of set the framework a little bit about the subconscious mind and how powerful is it. And these are actually some personal stories from not only myself, but from people in my life. So, you know, the subconscious mind, we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is the one that really, it's like a heat-guided missile. And here's the cool thing. Once you learn how to harness the power of your subconscious mind, it really changes just the whole landscape of where you are in life and where you're moving to. So I want to give you a couple of examples. And then when I do this, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to kind of pop over here and see, I want you guys to share, if you can recall, once you hear some of these ideas that I'm sharing, anything in your life that you can say, you know what? Oh my gosh, yes. Now that you're saying that, that's happened to me too. So let me just tell you a little story about Mimi. Okay. So Mimi is my mother-in-law. That's what my kids call her, Mimi. I think it's a Southern grandma term. I don't know. I'm originally from Jersey, and we just called him, our grandparents, grandma and grandpa, or grandmother and grandfather. But Mimi is a wonderful person. She is my mother-in-law, but she is a worrywart, like worrywart. Have you guys ever had a worrywart person? Or maybe you are a worrywart person. I don't know, right? There's some ha-has going through. Sometimes I think we're all a little bit guilty of it. So Mimi is a wonderful person, but she loves to worry. And she worries about things sometimes that I'm thinking, like, what are you even worrying about that for? But I think she feels like it's almost her job to worry. Because in her mind, she associates worry with caring, because I've heard her say that before. So I have, just to give you a little backdrop, I have flown all over the world. My dad worked for Delta Airlines, so I grew up just being an airline brat. So there's military brats and there's airline brats. So I have flown so many places since I was young, and first class all the way to hours underneath my airplane wings. And I have never, ever, ever, ever lost luggage. I've never had luggage lost. We just never did. And again, we've gone from local, maybe going to Boston to get some lobster for the evening, all the way to Hawaii, Europe, the Bahamas, Canada. And I've never experienced losing any luggage whatsoever. So the very first, when I first got married, she came to visit us. And we lived in a small little town in Alabama. And when Mimi came, everything was fine. When we took her to the airport for her to go, she actually kept saying to my husband and I, they're going to lose my luggage. They're going to lose my luggage. They're going to lose my luggage. And I kept saying, Mimi, don't say that. They're not going to lose your luggage. I mean, I've flown all over the world. I've been flying for a long time, and I've never had my luggage lost, like ever, ever. So I was like, just quit saying that. They're not going to lose your luggage. Well, guess what? Yes, they lost Mimi's luggage. And I was like, mind blown. Now, mind you, this was before I really began to learn and educate myself on the power of the subconscious mind. But this is actually a great example of the power of the subconscious mind, because as I was thinking about this topic to prepare to present to you guys tonight, all of a sudden, all of these situations and like stories began to pop in my head of the power of subconscious mind. Because like I haven't thought about that for years. But see, my mind was a heat-guided missile. I knew that I wanted to talk about the subconscious mind. And so like one day in yoga, like boom, 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 when I was really relaxed, and that's going to be a part that I'm going to be teaching you, because I'm going to teach you how to harness your subconscious mind and actually use it for attraction. So I'm like laying there in our, just in our very final pose where we're just laying there, Shavasana, and all of a sudden these thoughts are popping in my head, like, you got to tell the story about Mimi, you got to tell this story, you got to tell this story. And so because I knew that this was the direction I was taking, I was focusing, right? What you focus on, you find. All of a sudden these stories popped up. So Mimi's luggage was lost. And never in all of my years of flying have I ever had luggage lost. Do you think that possibly, even though she didn't want to, that Mimi actually attracted that to herself? Well, I do. Knowing what I know about the power of the subconscious mind and the power of attraction, I do believe that her luggage got lost because her subconscious mind just put it out there. And I was just shocked because, again, I had never, ever, ever lost my luggage, ever. So that's the first story I want to share with you. So can anybody relate to what I just said? Do you know somebody in your life who just is like, I don't want to say negative Nelly, but they just tend to just attract and bring things into their lives, and you're like, hello, do you realize that you're in charge of this and you're in control of this? If you do, just go ahead and share that story in the chat box, because it's always fun to hear. Thank you for the hearts. Love those. All right. So here's another story about the power of the subconscious mind and attraction. So on my anniversary dinner, some of you guys saw the pictures and showed my husband and I some love. We went to this really great Italian restaurant, and it's a chain. It's not like super spectacular, but it's fun. It's called Buca di Beppo. Maybe you have one where you live, and I just think anniversaries, that is the love thing. Like Italian is what we do. For dates and things like that. But my husband, he really doesn't care about or care for Buca di Beppo. He loves Asian, and I knew that night when I said, let's go do something for our anniversary, he's going to be like, let's go to Wan Fu or, another Asian restaurant. You know what he said? He said, why don't you call and see if you can get us some reservations at Buca di Beppo? Oh, okay. Because I love that place. It's really fun, and it has good Italian food. And I'm like, wow. I'm thinking to myself, like, he never wants to go there. He never recommends that place. And so I'm thinking, where did he get, like, he hasn't even mentioned this restaurant in forever. And you know what it was? We had actually gotten in the mail a coupon for Buca di Beppo in the mail. Now, he'd gotten the mail, and this was several days ago, and he actually had put it in the trash can, and I actually got it out for this particular thing. So I'm thinking, where did he get Buca di Beppo from? And as I was putting something in the trash later on the next day, I was like, subconscious mind. He got this coupon, and even though he doesn't like that restaurant, doesn't really care for that restaurant, it had been implanted through the conscious mind into his subconscious. And so he knew that I liked that restaurant, and that was the first thing that popped out of his mouth. So again, his subconscious mind picked up on that without him even knowing what had happened. So that's another story. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever seen somebody like make a selection that they possibly would not have made before, and you realize that somewhere in there, their subconscious mind must have come through? Kind of reading some of these. A high school friend, everything is wrong or bad. Oh yeah, you have a high school friend who everything is wrong and everything is bad. Yeah, those people, if you follow me, I do a lot of like mindset posts, because it's all about choices, right? It's all about, your perspective is your reality, whether it's true or not, whether it's real or not. And the good news is on that is you can choose to see goodness. And then the bad news is you can also choose to see every possibility that could go wrong and complain about it. So it's all about choices and what you fill your mind with, what you fill your heart with, and what you fill your subconscious with. So that's a good one. All right. So here's another one. I just want you to think about, and this one I think that you guys can fill up the comments with, and just really, because it's universal. So have you ever watched a movie or looked at an image and then it's in your dreams? Have you ever done that? Like I remember one night I was flipping through Instagram, which I shouldn't have done, and somebody had posted, and I'm like, who is this? I'm following because they're in my newsfeed that's posting a snake. It was disgusting. It was this big snake, and it was like a camera that was really close to his mouth, and the venom was squirting out, and the teeth and the fangs, and it was just horrible. And I was like, ooh, and I'm like scrolling fast through it. Guess what I dreamt about that night? Yes, you got it. The snake. There were snakes all over me in my dream. And we all know that when we are gelling and we're in that really deep REM sleep, like you're in it no matter if you want to be or not. So I'm having this dream and I'm like, oh my God, these snakes. Well, where did I get that from? Because I don't think about snakes, but it was because I had actually looked at the picture and my subconscious mind stored it. So has any of that kind of information happened to you? Like you've looked at something and then you've either dreamt about it, or maybe you got a craving if it was a food. Maybe you saw some pictures and all of a sudden you're really thinking about it. Let's see. Yeah. Christy Marie said, I manifested the Italian food. I did. I actually did. All right. So I'm going to give you one more example before I jump into the meat of it. All right. Here's another one. So I'm a master Pilates trainer, and I started out just teaching mat classes, and then through several decades of training, I became a master Pilates trainer. So I began by actually like teaching at the Y, and then getting certifications upon certifications. And then I wanted to own some equipment. So I had my small equipments like the Pilates circle and those little fitness balls. We call them overballs, but I wanted more. And this was at a really good point in my life where I was reading a lot about the power of the subconscious mind. So I found this one little video. It's a little video clip. In fact, it was an advertisement for a particular Pilates reformer. So this is one of the big machines. There's an even bigger machine called a Cadillac, but this is kind of like a big machine. It costs around $10,000. All right. So I wanted this Pilates reformer. Number one, I'm still teaching at different locations, just mat. I don't have like a facility at this point. Number two, I definitely don't have $10,000 spare to go and buy this Pilates reformer. But every night what I did is for months, I watched, and it was actually a demo video for this particular apparatus. It was the reformer, and I just kept watching this demo video over and over, day by day, week by week, month by month. I literally watched it probably every single day for months on end. And it was probably about a 2-minute demo video. And I just would watch it. And my husband would say, why are you watching this video over and over and over again? But I knew what I was doing. I was planting into my subconscious mind exactly where I wanted my mind to go. And here's what's the cool thing, guys, with the subconscious mind is you don't have to figure it out. Your subconscious mind figures it out, and you begin to gravitate and move in the direction of whatever it is that you're focusing on and implanting in your subconscious mind. So that's really powerful because it could be something good, like a Pilates reformer, or it can be something bad, like worrying and constantly thinking that the world is against you, because you'll manifest that. So let's fast forward watching this demo video for months and months on end. Guess what? You got it. I ended up buying a Pilates reformer. And guess what else? I did not only buy one, but I bought 7 Pilates reformers. I sure did. And where did the money come from? Because again, I'm just teaching Pilates mat at like $25 an hour. You know, that would take forever to be able to save up money to buy 7. But what happened is I began to cast a vision for myself. I began to look at this video over and over, just repetitively, just getting hungry for wanting a Pilates studio. And so when I got the reformer, I thought to myself, okay, I can make this happen. I know I could do this. And I ended up opening a Pilates studio first within a gym. And then I began to build my clientele. And guess what I did? I started watching demo videos for other pieces of equipment over and over and over again, because watching something live action like a movie or a demo clip really, really implants it and imprints it into your subconscious mind. So what I did is I ended up with one of the most fabulous Pilates studio in the Charlotte, North Carolina, South Carolina, because I live right on the border area. I ended up with a Pilates studio that was almost 2,000 square feet, almost as big as a house, and filled with over $100,000 in Pilates equipment. I completely upfitted the place. And then I end up attracting NBA basketball players. I was a trainer for the Charlotte Bobcats. I ended up with a couple of NFL football players, some ice capade people that lived in this area, beauty queens, some rock stars. And it all started with me watching that demo video and casting a vision for myself. So the subconscious mind and how you train it is really, really critical. So I'm going to pause here for a second. I've given you several stories. I've given you Mimi. I've given you Buca de Beppo. I have given you about watching my demo video and how I ended up starting a beautiful, fabulous, and it was a top notch. It was like people would drive like an hour to come to my studio, all by watching a demo video. Has any of that ever happened to you guys? Let me go over here to the chat box and see what you guys are saying. Hey, Barry. Hey, Thea. Hey, Heather. I love it. Cindy says, I love your Pilates story. You're attracting what I wanted and making it happen. All right. So if you are the type of person that are like, okay, I get this. I'm buying into this now. I believe this, because again, your perspective is your reality. So if you're going to be able to have the perspective of building a business, creating an income that you desire, wouldn't you want to know how to do this? Right? I know I do. And so it all starts with you. So I'm going to share with you just a couple of tools. So now if you're a note taker, here's your time to grab out that pen and that pad and take some notes. Okay. So this little book, reading is really important because it begins to open portals in your mind of things that you never thought possible, right? Like when I read the Bible, I get so inspired and I think about how much God loves me and the possibility and the hope of all of the great things that I have ahead for myself. I read a great book and I always open up another brain portal that just allows me to see bigger pictures for myself, for my family, personally, for my business. And so reading is one way that you can change your subconscious mind. And I'm going to share some books with you. And you know what I'm going to do too, because I'm a very visual person. At the end of this, I'll probably lay them out and take a picture and put them in the comments here on this Facebook Live for you guys. All right. But this is the very first book I want to share with you. Here it is. The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. So if you guys know about this book, first of all, shoot some hearts or likes or thumbs up and let me know, because this is a powerful book. There we go. Yeah. So a lot of you have read it. And if somebody wants to type the name of it, go ahead and read that and type the name of it. But The Power of the Subconscious Mind, it literally is story after story. Like I just shared with you about Mimi and the Italian restaurant and my Pilates studio, about the power of the subconscious mind. Because again, sometimes we can think, Jen, that's cool, but that's a little woo-woo for me. But it's not, guys. It's real, and it's a power that you can harness. And way too many people just underestimate the power of what they're feeding their subconscious mind. So this is the first thing I want you to do if this kind of stuff interests you, is I want you to get this book. And I want you to start reading it. I actually gifted this to my team. In fact, this is actually, whose is this? This is Nicole's. Nicole needs to come get her book because I didn't get this to her in Las Vegas. But your subconscious mind, it can be trained. And once you understand the power and the stories of the subconscious mind, it really gets you excited. And when you get excited, right, you want to do these things. So you want to move in that direction. And again, subconscious mind and your mindset, they go hand in hand. But the baseline, in my opinion, is your subconscious mind, because if you can change and move your subconscious mind in the direction that you want to go into, then your mindset begins to change, right? And then your actions begin to change. And there's like a little saying, I think it's by Gandhi, you start with the mind and then your words change and then your actions change, because your actions change, your behavior changes, and then your habits change. And then before you know it, voila, you have a new mindset, a new life, and you're moving in the right direction that you want to go into. So this is number one. Number two book that I highly recommend for helping you to really understand the potential that you have. Because again, you know what, I could talk about this all day long, but until you desire this for yourself, it's not going to mean anything. And, harnessing the subconscious mind, the power that you have, has to have a really strong kind of desire on your part to be able to do it. Because some people, let's face it, there are some people that just sit in that muddle of life. They sit in this muddy space of their life, and they like it. They like it because that's who their identity is. And part of using your subconscious mind is actually moving your identity from where you are to where you want to go. And again, that might sound woo-woo to you, but let me introduce one of the next books that I have read this book so many times. It is like dog-eared. It is written all over. It has lines and markers and everything all in it. You can kind of see right there. But it's this one, Are You Up for the Challenge by Rod Hairston. So this one is about your identity. And how this relates to your subconscious mind is the fact that, we have people telling us all the time who we are. We have our spouses telling us who we are. We have our loved ones telling us who we are. We had teachers growing up telling us who we are. We even tell ourselves who we are. And sometimes that's not good if you don't have the correct mindset. And so that's your identity. That's who you are in this space and in this time. But again, as I said at the top of this live, if you are here and you want to be here, you've got to do the work, and it all is up in here. Changing the subconscious mind, feeding it what it needs to be fed, and then mindset, and then your actions fall into play. And then before you know it, you're going to move into a new identity. Now, here's the trick. When you start really moving, say you want to become a better leader, say you want to talk to more people about the gel or about KG4, any of the new products that are coming up, but you're afraid. See, right now, that's who you believe your identity is. It's somebody who can't talk to people, somebody who feels like that what they say is not valid, and you have that little voice that's always over here saying, you're right. Don't talk to that person. They're not going to believe you, or they're going to laugh at you, or they're going to ignore your text message. And it just feeds this perpetual cycle of yourself. And that's your identity for right now. So as you move out of that, you're going to notice that you're going to get a lot of resistance from your own self-talk and then the people that know you. Again, maybe it's your loved one, maybe it's your partner, maybe it's your kids, maybe it's the people at work. And in your mind, they're probably thinking, who does she think she is? But when you know you have greatness in you, you are going to keep moving until that identity becomes something that you're comfortable with and that you own it. And that's very important. So you're going to get that kind of information out of this book. And again, it's called Are You Up for the Challenge? And you know what? All leaders have at least 3 to 4 books going at every given time. Any given moment, they have 3 to 4 books. And this is, again, one that I just continually reread and just open and read a paragraph here, a paragraph there. So that's this book. And then my lovely friend, Rachel, who is on this live, gave me this book, The Magic of Thinking Big. This book right here, it's a little bit older, but all of the content is all in line with, again, all of this thinking, mindset, the subconscious work that we all need to do on ourselves every single day. And this is just a possibility book. I really, really like that. So I recommend that one. This is the book that Danielle talked about on our Team Zoom. And this is an old copy. And it's called As a Man Thinketh. And this goes back to the Proverbs that I posted as part of the description. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. So even again, if you think this is woo-woo, no, it's not. It's in the Bible. It really talks about what you think of yourself is who you become. And that identity is something that is either positive or negative, but you have a choice. You can change that for yourself. All right. One last book, and then I'm going to move into the next level of how you can change your subconscious mind. All right. And this one is by Joyce Myers, and it's Power Thoughts. And again, it's all about really understanding your identity, who you are, and what resources you have available to change that and to lift yourself up. All right, so that's some reading that I want you to do. But here's the thing. With the subconscious mind, you know, every day our subconscious mind is picking things up, from the music we listen to things that we see in social media, so be careful who you follow, to images on billboards, you know, movies that you watch. I am very, very protective of what I allow in my space. And those that know me closely know I have this little saying that I have this little bubble around me, and it's a protective bubble. Not that I'm protecting myself or afraid of somebody hurting me or harming me, but I'm protecting right here and right here, because this is the connection for the subconscious mind. I'll give you an example. I do not watch scary movies because I don't want to be fear-based in anything that I do, like zero. If I have a friend who is extremely negative, I begin to distance myself from them. I love them on them. I encourage them. I pray with them. I pray for them. But I tend not to socialize a lot with them because, again, I know that that will affect my subconscious mind, and I don't want that rubbing off on me. I don't. Or music. Music is a big thing. I am very protective about the music that I listen to. So right now, I listen to a lot of praise and worship. I listen to things that are uplifting. I do not listen to anything that, you know, has foul language or any kind of negativity. You know, if it talks about killing and all that kind of guns and things like that. And a lot of contemporary music, it talks about different things like that. I refuse to listen to it. Because, again, every little thing, guys, that we listen to, look at, or expose ourselves to, it begins to envelop who we are. And our subconscious mind is registering all of that. And as a man thinketh, so is he. And I don't want any of that coming out of me. So let's talk a little bit about what can you listen to, because, again, working with your subconscious mind, it's important to have a multi kind of prong effect at really uplifting yourself and taking yourself to the next level. You know, for me, I want to be, you know, I want to be an ambassador. I want to be a diamond. And so I know I have to continually work on my subconscious mind to up-level myself, because then that's the vibration that I get out. And then that's what attraction marketing and attraction is all about. And again, that's a whole nother live. But working in your subconscious mind and up-leveling yourself, this is work. And it is something that will get you to that next level in your business. All right, so let's talk about listening. So every night before I go to bed, and I will put this in the comments as well, I listen to certain affirmations. And so I just go to YouTube. I mean, here's the thing. A lot of this stuff is free, so it's not going to cost you anything to up-level yourself except a little concentrated effort on your part and making sure that you stay consistent, because changing your subconscious mind, knowing all of the things that are out there bombarding us, it takes some effort. So I'm going to hold this up and I want to show you. So this is on YouTube, and to change and work on your subconscious mind, it's really important what you listen to and what you look at and what you do right before bed is one of the most valuable times to upgrade your subconscious mind. So remember I said I looked at that snake on Instagram and then I dreamt about it. So the impact that you have to upgrade your subconscious mind is actually at the highest right before you go to bed. So this is why you'll see a lot of top leaders, a lot of extremely intelligent people, a lot of top entrepreneurs. They talk about reading right before they go to bed, or they talk about meditating right before they go to bed. You know, reading your Bible right before you go to bed, because you are laying the seeds in your subconscious mind for yourself to really begin to figure it out. Remember my Pilates demo video? I watched that every night before bed. I didn't watch it in the daytime while I was busy taking care of my kids. I knew that I needed to watch it at night because, again, there's power with your subconscious mind. It's going to figure out for you how to get you from point A to whatever you decide point B is. So again, whether it's purchasing something or having a certain lifestyle or a certain rank, your subconscious mind is going to figure out how to get there. So I'm going to share this with you. It is actually, again, on YouTube. And it is, if you're looking for like the subscription, it's called Rising Higher Meditations. And I'm going to hold this up to the screen. Everything is reversed, so it kind of throws me off. There. This is one of the things that I do at night to kind of resurface my subconscious mind. So she goes through, it's brilliant. She's an Australian chick that has the most lovely accent, and she talks so soft and tender, and she goes through all of these affirmations. So right before I go to bed, I set up my phone and I take my headset and I put it on and I fall asleep listening to I am abundant. I am a money magnet. I offer great things to people, and all of these beautiful things. Because again, remember what I said about identity? We have all these voices, including our very own, that is bombarding us every single day saying, I can't. You can never do this. Who do you think you are? Well, you've got to, as Danielle says, you got to delete, 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 and you have to replace it with good things. So it's like taking a plate of bad food, scraping it off, getting a fresh new plate, and putting delicious, beautiful things on the plate. And that plate is being eaten by your subconscious mind. So every night before I go to bed, I take my YouTube video, I Bluetooth it, and I fall asleep with the most wonderful affirmations. And I'm going to hold it up there one more time. And again, I'll put the link in the comments. But if you want to get started tonight or looking it up right now, there we go. That is, actually it's playing right now. I must have clicked it. I don't know what Facebook would do if I played it right now, because we know how Facebook can be crazy if we have music or anything like that. So every night, I am training my subconscious mind by listening to affirmations. And I created like a file folder in YouTube, and I encourage you to do the same and just have a list of these different affirmations. And what's cool is they run for about an hour. So I'm not going to get any kind of like stop point if I hadn't fallen asleep in 30 minutes. They just continue on. And I kind of shuffle. One night I'll listen to abundance. One night I'll listen to affirmations about being, gracious and having gratitude. One night I'll listen to about my health. There's a variety of these affirmations that she has on that. So check out that. It's not a podcast, but check out. She actually does have a podcast, but she doesn't have a lot in there. It's a YouTube video. So check that out, and I will definitely put that down. And then the final tool that I wanted to share with you guys tonight about training and harnessing the power of your subconscious mind. Because remember, the subconscious is all about the nuances that are being picked up throughout the day. It's what you see, what you hear, your self-talk, what other people are saying to you, images that you look at. Is I have a digital vision board. And it's super, super simple to create. You just grab some pictures of things that you like, things that you want to move toward, things that you want to accomplish or maybe help or bless other people with. And I'm just going to kind of briefly share with you, I'll see how good it comes up on the camera, my vision board. And what I do is I actually start playing the affirmations on YouTube that I just showed you. And then I take this vision board and I put it into what's called on my Android called movie mode. And then the pictures that I've saved on my vision board start to play. So I'll kind of just hold it up. So if I put this in movie mode, it's like all of these pictures start coming up. This is a nice one. I hit 40 cycles weekly. And these are just beautiful images that come through that mean something to me or stimulate my subconscious mind for great things. And it's just a variety of things. I really like this one. This is the lake house I want, the body I'm working on, my trip to Hawaii, which I'm going to in a few weeks. I can't wait. So anyway, it's just different graphics, and I just created a file folder called Vision Board. And so every night before I go to bed, I diligently work on myself. I diligently work on my subconscious mind. I take these images, I take these beautiful words, and I work through two senses, your auditory and your visual, and I begin to turn my subconscious mind on before I go to bed at night. And this is how I fall asleep. So these are some of the tools that I wanted to share with you about harnessing your subconscious mind, because again, what you focus on, you move towards. What you focus on, you become. What you focus on becomes reality for you. So make sure that you're filling your subconscious mind on a daily basis, because again, every day you're being bombarded not only with your own self-talk, but just maybe people around you. You've got to delete, delete, delete. And I know one other thing that I do that Tony Robbins actually taught me is that, when you have that negative self-talk, or maybe it's somebody, said something ugly to you, you can say, that is not who I am. And then you do something physical, because that's really important. You can do some jumping jacks, run in place, and just say, that's not who I am. Who I am is, you fill in the blanks, and then you are redirecting from the negative to the positive. So try that little trick as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed my training tonight on harnessing the power of the subconscious mind. I definitely am going to go back through these comments. I see there's a lot of them. Thank you so much for the love that you guys threw my way. And I will definitely answer any questions. If you're watching this on replay, or if you have any questions that you didn't ask, go ahead and put them in the comments. And again, stay tuned, because I will put pictures of the books. I will take a screenshot of the YouTube video as well as the link, and then just giving you the suggestion to go ahead and make a dream board, a digital dream board for yourself. So guys, thank you for hopping on. I hope that you found value in this. I hope that it encourages you to take care of your heart and your mind, and know that you were made for great things. God bless you guys, and thanks for being with me tonight. See you next time. Bye-bye.